past tense and heritage style. Crafted for clarity and used with purpose. When sharing your heritage style story, you probably want to talk about things that started in the past and are still noticeable right now. So let's dive into it. Raw denim isn't just jeans. It's a conversation. And if you can't really speak it, you're missing half the culture. These two boots are the same model, but only one tells a story. And by the end of this video, you'll not only understand why, you'll also know how to craft that story yourself and sound fluent doing it. As everyone is talking about Red Wing boots and selvage jeans, but no one's teaching anyone how to talk about them, this is where I come in. I'm a language and communication trainer and work with adults. So I work with adults who are seeking to communicate more effectively in a particular domain or setting. So whether you're wearing your first pair of mocks or saving for some samurai jeans, I'll teach you the words, phrases, and the language that reflects the mindset that you would need to be able to sound like someone who would just fit in this community. If that's something you're looking for. Let's go. So today we focus on the past tenses and specifically the present perfect. Once upon a time, there was a regular man who didn't care much about fashion. He wore whatever was clean, practical, and easy. Usually old jeans, a hoodie, and sneakers. And for years, he stuck to the basics. But gradually, he's become more aware of how he presents himself. He's not trying to follow trends. He just wants to feel like his clothes reflect who he is. And he's seen photos and videos of local men wearing rugged, timeless pieces, broken-in boots, heavy denim, and more. And something about that look has stayed with him. It feels honest, durable, grounded. So a few months ago, he started looking into heritage clothing. He discovered brands like Taliesin, known for American-made, Selvage Denim, and Viberg, a Canadian brand that has handcrafted boots for over a century. And Red Wings, of course. So ever since then, he's, spent time learning. So watching YouTube videos, reading forum threads, and understanding what makes well-built clothes different from fast fashion that he used to buy. And he bought his first pair of Goodyear welted Red Wing boots, which were stiff at first, but solid. And over time, they've molded to his feet. He also picked up a pair of raw selvage jeans and, heavyweight flannel. Those few pieces have really changed how he feels about getting dressed. And he worried that it might look like he was trying too hard, But since he started wearing those garments regularly, they softened, they've broken in, and they've started to feel like, his own. Now nothing looks like a costume. Just like, wear well-worn gear that fits into his life. And people around him have taken notice, especially the women. Not in a flashy way, but with these quiet compliments like, those boots look great, and what a solid jacket. And getting dressed used to be an afterthought. But his choices have become more intentional. His wardrobe is simplified, but is stronger than ever. Fewer pieces, better made, and worn often. He still doesn't really care about fashion. But his style has found him, slowly and honestly. And now, it feels like something he owns. Think of language the way you think of raw denim. Or a broken in pair of boots, built to last and shaped by use, and always telling a story. And today we're looking at the verb tense that's not just about what happened then, but what still matters now. And that's the present perfect tense, the grammar that wears in, not out. Alright, so Alex has broken in 3 pairs of selvage denim. He has conditioned boots by hand for years, and his workshop has gained a reputation in the heritage community. What do all of these stories have in common? Well, they use the present perfect tense, the stitching that holds the past to the present. So the present perfect is used when something has happened in the past, but still matters now or affects now. An example, I've worn these jeans every day since winter. He has stitched over 100 patches by hand. We have worked in this shop for years. So unlike the simple past, which says that's done, the present perfect says that's happened and it still means something. So we use it for actions that started in the past and are still true now and also still relevant. So I've worn these boots for over a year and I'm buying new ones. Or in just a second pair, right? He's lived in that apartment above the cobbler shop since 2015. It's not over now, it's, ongoing. We also use it for past action with present result, with a more clear present result. She has broken the sewing machine. They've organized the shelves. I misplaced the leather dye. We also use it to, talk about life experience. So I've traveled to Japan to tour denim mills. And he's visited Horween leather more than once. So it's not about when, but it's about that it happened and that it still counts. We also don't use it in the following session. So we don't use it to talk about finish time expressions like, I have cleaned the shop at 9 a.m. You cleaned it. So that's cleaned with an ed ending, not half cleaned. So that's a past action. We use the present perfect with open time frames, not closed clocks, if that makes sense. So the simple past is like, he stitched boots for 5 years and it's done. The present perfect, he stitched boots for 5 years and is still stitching today. So how it's formed? The structure is have or has. So the irregular verb form is have, right? To have, has. So have or has plus past participle. And then it's if you, we, or they have, he, she, it has. Examples. I've patched this denim before. She has oiled the boots twice today. They've sourced fabric from Japan. Past participles refresher could be something like, regular stitch is stitched. An irregular verb is wear, which becomes worn. Or break, which becomes broken. Or see, which becomes seen. So that's the past participle form. So that's the third row of the irregular verbs table, right? In case of the irregular verbs, clearly. All right, moving on then to speak it like we wear it. So I've hemmed this pair. She's worn those boots for years. They've cleaned the studio already. They've cleaned the shop already. How to make the negative. Sometimes we want to say that something didn't happen, right? So the structure then is have or has plus not, N-O-T, plus past participle, or haven't and hasn't. Those are the contracted forms of have not and has not. Examples. I haven't washed these jeans yet, but I've put them in the, freezer maybe. He hasn't repaired the heel drag. They haven't finished cutting the leather. So we use it to indicate that a past action is still relevant. So she has restored the boots you're wearing now. Or to indicate that something started in the past and is still happening. I've stitched every patch on this jacket, so it's ready for you to take home. Personal experience. We've toured factories in Japan. And the negative form, he hasn't replaced the laces yet. So the present perfect tense is grammar that ages well, like denim tells your story, or the boots that carry the memory of every step. It's not just about what you've done, it's about what's that doing means now. So keep crafting, keep learning, and keep telling stories. One stitch, one step, and one tense at a time.